Alright, we are back for round 2 of the DM10 booster box opening. So we'll be going off the right side for this half. So we will be setting aside 1 pack, I think 2 total. Yep, so we need 1 more to set aside. Let's do a King O'Quanis. We'll do that one. So 5 packs set aside for me. And if for any reason we don't get enough supers or anything like that, I think that top one I'll reconsider and open. So this is what we have left. Hoping we can add to the foils here. Hopefully we'll be lucky enough to pull Soul Swap. That would be fantastic. So I really don't... I always hate setting aside cards too. I hate setting aside sealed product, but to be honest with you, you just don't see DM10 come on the market enough. So, you know, if I find more come up, I will most certainly open these. But for the time being, I think keeping them sealed will be a little better. So we have a Glazed Magicula, pretty darn good rare. And that is the big one for this pack. We have Supersonic Jetpack, Estol, Pierre, Phantom Dragon Flame, Hourglass Mutant, which is another decent card as well. Milporo, Solar Ray, Jigglytotem, and Colossus Boost. So yeah, Glazed Magicula is another one of those ones like Sandfist. It's not a good one to use. It's actually good to use with Sandfist. That it can be used to discard cards from your hand. I think if you had a shield trigger that got broken. If you had a shield broken, whenever one of your shields be broken, you may discard 2 cards from your hand instead. So if your opponent, the trouble is, I feel like Glazed Magicula, you know, if you're facing it, you kind of know what's coming. So I feel like your opponent isn't gonna be willingly swing for shields. But you know, I haven't faced a Glazed Magicula deck in a while, so maybe I would have to go against one to see what kind of pressures they put on me. Alright, we have Zoltan. Zoltan should be used with cyber viruses. Whenever you put a cyber... There we go. Not bad, pretty close. Whenever you put a cyber virus into the battle zone, discard up to 2 cards from your hand. For each card discard, choose a creature in the battle zone, return to its owner's hand. So, again, another one I haven't really found too many situations with. Oh, guys! I'm keeping quiet, but this is awesome. It's, guys, you want to scream it home for me? It's Bombazar, Dragon of Destiny. So we're going to stop right now, get us a handy-dandy sleeve, because even though we're now at 5 varies and no supers, we just pulled one of the top cards in the set. Bombazar, Dragon of Destiny. This is one of the cards that they say kill Duel Masters, because it is just so good. So basically, whenever you put this creature in the battle zone, destroy all other creatures, 6,000 power, takes next turn after this one, you lose the game at the end of that turn. So as I showed from a previous opening, actually Miraculous Truce, I think is why I opened. That was a card that I know helped to put a stop to Bombazar. But this was just such an OP card at the time. And again, to have an extra turn, there's just so much you can do with that. So negative, we have 5 varies, which is kind of sad. But the good thing, we pulled Bombazar, which is by far, if I could give you another thumb, there we go. Huge. Thumbs up, huge hit. That's fantastic. We got Melnia, Ancient Horn the Watcher, Mummy Wrap, Tide Patroller, Lemic, Scowling Tomato, Colossus Boost. Yeah, I always feel bad. Sometimes when I'm too loud in the camera, I know it can come out pretty loud. But, wow. Guys, Bombazar hype. Just saying. That is amazing, amazing, amazing hit. So, this one did not go so well. I feel like, honestly, if we get a decent super and soul swap, well, I guess beggars can't be choosers. I will be happy with whatever I get. Bombazar is a pretty amazing hit, so it's one of the best cards you can pull from this set. Next up, we have another Mindlord Skytear, unfortunately. So as I mentioned, this is going to be, some cards can repeat. This is sadly one of them, which isn't an ideal card to get. So we have Static Wrap, Karate Potato, Wind Axe, which I think is our first one. This is a really good multi-civ card. When he goes in the battle zone, destroy one of your opponent's creatures with blocker, and put the top card of your deck into your mana zone. So again, cards that allowed you to do 2 things, just opened up so many more combos and just gave you a lot more options. So that is the big hit with that pack. Down to 6. So my hope is one more good one. Sorry about that. So I'm just hoping. Soul Swap is a really hard one because it's a 1 in 30 chance. A couple foils. Foils are kind of easy because foils are guaranteed. But the sick thing about Soul Swap, you aren't guaranteed a Soul Swap in a box. So, I mean, you could pull 3 or you could pull 0. And unfortunately, with only 24 packs, your odds are more often 0. We have Spark Chemist, which is another rare. When you put this creature in the battle zone, return all cards from mana zone to hand. Not great. And also not great, no foil, but that's okay. Borg's Engine, Pier, Psycho Doll, Galek the Shadow Warrior, Logic Cube, Fairy Life, Siege Roller, Infernal Command, Aquastrummer, Solar Ray. So my hope, 2 more foils. 7 seems like a lovely number, especially setting packs aside. But, you know, just a super. You know, 5 varies. I know there was a box I did of DM8 where I only had 2 supers and 6 varies, which I'm really hoping we don't have that. Unless, you know, they give me more varies and there's a second Bombazar. Now that would really get people talking. 2 Bombazars in one box would be pretty insane. Next up, we have, as always, the exchange for a promo card. Another 0 Nemesis, which is not bad. Then we have, hey, there's Sky Sword. I think that's our first one of that, too. Another card that, again, you have 2. Light was already fantastic. This card's pretty darn good, too. The only negative, cost 5 is kind of high. But when you put this creature in the battle zone, put the top card of your deck into your mana zone, and then add the top card of your deck to your shield's face down. So again, Sky Sword could really get you out of a bad situation. Plus, having the ability to put cards into mana and shield definitely makes Sky Sword another card that is highly usable. Very good card. Let's find us a foil. Hopefully we can get a super. Trying to think, well, if anyone's watched my videos, they know I always seem to pull Core Crash Lizard. So not sure if we'll get that one again, but you know, it's not a terrible one to get. It's just not a great one to get. It's very middle of the range, and I destroyed that pack. Alright, let's get this. Another top. We have Lugia Lex! Oh, I'm so happy for this one. Funny enough, this is one that is kind of hard to get. Basically, he's just a Guardian, but he's a dual Civ. Power Attacker plus 3,000, and he gets to untap himself at the end of the turn. I actually have only had 3 of these in collection for a long time, so I'm actually going to be holding on to this copy. Ulex the Dauntless, Barrow Chica, Karate Potato, Milporo, Chimera, Scowling Tomato, Mesgar, Benzo, and Fluoro Jill Manta. So, moving on to last 3 or 4. That King Oquanis pack in the corner on the top. If I'm going to bend and do one more, that would be the one. But if I open 18 out of 24 packs, 6 foils would be the expected number. So realistically, one more would be good. I would just prefer to have some supers. Shaman Broccoli, not a terrible card. When this creature be destroyed, put it into your mana zone instead. Basically, he was a slightly cheaper Mighty Shouter. For Mana Excel, not a bad thing to have. We have Galek, Buoyant Blowfish, Bowl Gluff the Spy Droid, Lemic, Sabermask Scarab, Mikey's Pliers, Nightmare Invader, Torpedo Cluster, and Chimera the Oracle. Come on. 2 packs. Can we get another foil? Really hoping a super. Unfortunately, the only negatives right now is not having any supers out is a little concerning. So let's forget it. We're just gonna rip this one. It's the mix of, you know, you want to be nice to the population. I do want to do some giveaways for you guys with how hard these are to get, but if I damage a potential super, I would be pretty upset with myself. There we go. All right. Charge Whipper. He's another silent skill. Add a card from your hand to your shields face down. If you do, choose one of the shields, put it into your hand. Can't use shield trigger. So basically, he's Emerald as silent skill. I don't think too great. We have Sandfist. We have Dedrine. We have Ardent Lunatron. Hustleberry. We have Fam Dragon Flame. Venom Capsule. Spiral Gate. Fair Saturn, and Mummy Wrap. Gosh, guys, I'm really hoping we get a foil here. Now I'm actually really ruining my strategy because really wanted to keep packs aside. But if those packs are going to contain 3 supers, I really hope we can get a super here. I mean, again, they're going to stay in my possession, so I'm not concerned. I would be for. I'd either keep them to open with a friend, or it's hard to sell packs if you are pretty darn certain there's a foil in there, especially with DM10. We have a Rapid Reincarnation, not a bad one. You may destroy one of your creatures. If you do, choose a creature in your hand that costs the same as or less than the number of cards in your mana zone, put it into the battle zone. And we have Sky Sword, Twitch Horn, Wind Axe, Jiggly Totem, Cragsaur, Mummy Wrap, Tide Patroller, Lamick, Scowling Tomato. So we're definitely going to go for that King Aquanis pack. I do want to keep one of all the artworks. It's going to be really funny if I'm like, yep, I picked packs randomly out of a box, and they all happen to be foiled packs. So I'm going to hope. I mean, there's a chance the one pack that wasn't included in this box was a foil, and that would cap my number to 7. So I'm not. So that means there'd be 2 left. I'm really hoping pull foil. If not, future considerations. We have Hurlosaur and we have Melnia. So we did not pull a foil. Melnia, Ardent Lunatron, Clearlow, Mesabana, Venture Boar, Colossus Boost, Mummy Wrap, Recon Operation, and Tolk the Oracle. So guys, I have my one of each, and there's most likely 2 foils in here. God, I wanted to keep these, but you know what we're going to do? We're going to open them, because there's most likely 2 foils in here. In fact, there could be 3. So we are going to do it. I really wanted to keep some sealed, but we're an opening channel. Anything I said previously about keeping them sealed, you know what? Back to the old strategy. Open it all. So at least I have it here on the YouTube channel that we all can enjoy for the live long days. So let's pull 3 foils in 4 of these last packs and watch magic. Hopefully they're not a bunch of King Aquanises. King Ripper, Talon of Rage, which is not that great of an evolution. Siren Concerto, which I do actually need a copy of. So not bad, but not a foil. Galek the Shadow Warrior, Ganta, Colossus Boost, Venom Capsule, Torpedo Cluster, Flodani, Legacy Shell, and Mikey's Pliers. Do you know how amazing it would be if we went 3 for 3 on the last 3 packs? But odds are we should at least get 2. But it's going to be pretty sad if we don't get at least 2. So for these, I'm definitely going to just mess up the packs, because there's almost a guarantee these are foils. So we have Smash Warrior Stag Randu. That is half the reason to open this pack. Smash Warrior Stag Randu, if you watched my duel videos, used very well by Tam in his Petrova deck. Whenever this creature attacks attacks a creature that has power 6,000 or more, can we focus? Not well. That's actually pretty good. Maybe. There we go. Whenever this creature attacks a creature that has power 6,000 or more, gets plus 9,000. And it can attack on tap, so it's pretty darn good. Come on, good foil! Necro Dragon Brazinga. Not bad. That's a midway super. Pretty good. When you put this creature in the battle zone, put all your shields into your hand. But the thing is, you can use the shield trigger abilities of those shields. So if you stack your shields with pretty good cards, it actually can be pretty beneficial. There is a strategy they do with Miraculous Meltdown, where you basically your opponent would pick up shields until they have as many shields as you do, and if you have no shields, then they're going to take all their shields away. So that is pretty good. I'll take that all day. Next up. So it doesn't look like we'll get a soul swap, but hopefully we should have some foils coming. That's actually insane if I pulled out all these packs that had foils by accident. Next up, we have a Tag Tap, the Retaliator. So we had him earlier. So there's Ganta. So odds are the person who, the pack they opened previously, probably had a foil. So then we have Logic Cube and Fairy Life. So this most likely, I am hoping, should be a super, because we have 1 super to 5 varies. Now we did get Bombazar, so Bombazar is fantastic, but we are hoping, we're shooting for the moon. I would love if this is Blue Murkies, but you know, even if it's not, that's okay. But it should definitely be a foil. 23 packs. I mean, so it looks like one of the foils was pulled before we got to it, but this should definitely be a foil. So we're gonna go take it slow, flip one at a time. We have a Aqua Strummer, we have a Infernal Command, we have a Siege Roller, we have a Scowling Tomato, we have a Logic Cube, we have a Twitch Horn the Aggressor, we have Wind Axe, always fantastic, we have Static Wrap, we have our rare, which is Rapid Reincarnation. So no soul swap in the whole box, which is not a little disappointing, but it's rough. But we have now pulled 2 Rapid Reincarnations, and our final foil is Elixia, Pure Blade Elemental. So again, not a top tier, but it's actually, this is one of the ones I love the artwork. Again, it's a light, basically with him, it was a very neat concept. He starts with 1,000, he gets plus 1,000 for each civ in your mana zone, so he can go upwards to 16,000 power. So it can be a pretty strong creature, but again, it's just a it's a vanilla monster on the otherwise. So it's a giant beat stick, has a lot of power, no other effects. So we finish with 7 foils. We did end up opening the whole box, which I originally didn't want to do, but I gotta tell you, when you get to the end of it and you have 2 to 3 likely foils, you have to go for it. So we have the final ones, we got Elixia and Necro Dragon, and we also got Did we get Bombazar in this half? I think we did. Yeah, so, and the Bombazar pool was massive, so that made up for the whole box right there. Bombazars are so hard to get. Then Kajilla, Galazol, Carnival Totem, and Tanzanite. And then on the rare side, definitely the big hits are Lugia Lex. I would say Glaze Majecula is a pretty good one. Smashware Stagrandu, massive. So that is DM10. So, guys, this is one of the hardest boxes for me to acquire. One of the most fun because the pools are incredible. And, you know, I was hoping to keep a few packs for the future. But, you know, if I found this deal, I will find things in the future. So I'll keep hunting. Hopefully I can find more DM product to show you guys. But for now, this is the end of the openings. I'll figure out what to do with some of the other booster boxes, but for now, this is what we got. Thanks for checking in. Hope you enjoyed this pack opening, and stay tuned for more upcoming content.